Hey Rockstars, did you know that you have the power to thrive in the changing job market? You heard that right. Career adaptability is your superpower. Career adaptability is simply the ability to stay curious, be willing to embrace change, maintain controls, and boost confidence. Believe in your ability to adapt and succeed no matter what comes your way. How about we invite you to join our upcoming web conference this April 27, 2024 from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., followed with a virtual job fair. Don't miss out on this great opportunity. Register today.
I'm really proud of what we've been able to build at Tachi, the culture that we've developed, the bonding that we have with our team, and these little extra efforts that we're trying to do to create an environment where everyone feels like you're part of something that is more than just what a regular company might be doing in the BPO industry. Tache has had is because of all of you guys and all of the good work that you guys do and the love that our clients have for you guys. And so I wanted to let you guys know that I know that and I appreciate that.
All right, hello, welcome everyone. We're here again in the Gen Z show. My name is Floyd. The show is basically the Gen Z show. It's not the Z, it's the C. So which stands for career. So it's a career-oriented show wherein we teach people the importance of how you can upskill yourself, how can you improve yourself so that more employers see you as the right person for the job that you're applying with. For today, again, this is a special episode because we are basically here in the Cebu office of Tache. And of course, at the same time, our topic for today is something that is very usual for a lot of you. Let's say you're been in the corporate world for some time and you've been thinking to transition and becoming a freelancer. And at the same time, I want to follow my passion. So that's basically our topic for today. So we'll be talking about it. How this guy was able to transition from the corporate setup to a remote employee and then now as a full-time entrepreneur. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mr. Dave Visaya to tell us more about his story. So welcome, Dave.
Thank you, Floyd.
Of course.
Happy to be here.
Of course.
It's an honor.
It's also an honor for me to talk with you again because it's been a while. When we met each other, it's how many years?
Way back.
Way back. It's pre-pandemic. Yeah,
Yes.
pre-pandemic. Well, you were the host of one of the events that we
Yes,
conducted. I think you were still a VA.
I'm still a VA for this one certain company, but I also started to do the other
Okay.
things now, you know.
Who are you before you became a virtual assistant?
Of course. So I'm a nurse, graduated as a nurse, never practiced. I just volunteer. I think my longest was 3 months. I was in that time, 2010, 2011, where everyone was taking nursing here in Cebu, but there were no more opportunities, or I felt there were no more opportunities. There's like a surplus of nurses. So also that was the boom of the BPO industry. It's the call center, if you like to call it, right? Technically, that was where I started. That's my only job in a sense, where I worked in a corporate setting. So I worked twice as an agent. The first one was called IntelliCare. The next one it was bought by Convergys, but I only lasted for 6 months. And then I had this other BPO. It was selling courses online. So so that was my work. I always think about, I don't know if it's the entrepreneurial side of me or it's just the curious side of me, where I always check, how does the whole thing work? It's all about, there's an opportunity that these foreign companies are looking for and they can hire us, Filipinos. I quit. I couldn't stand the night shift, but I got into I searched online jobs and found a task as a VA.
Okay. So. In the BPO industry, there was an enlightenment for you that, hey, maybe I can look for my own client. as
yeah.
me as a, let's say, a freelancer or virtual assistant. From there, you had an idea and then you took action out of it. You resigned from the employment scene and you became your own boss basically because
Yeah.
you were a VA.
And that company, actually, it was a very small company and people. And I just realized that I could be that person who
Yeah.
could partner with that.
You
right?
can have your own company and
Exactly,
yeah, okay.
yes. Luckily, I found out about this online thing that you can actually work at home.
Okay.
That was the next job that I got.
It was more of like an inspiration din eh. I mean, it's incidental inspiration. That's what we
Yes.
can say. You search the internet and you found a website, so
Yes.
online jobs. And once you went there, you saw that there were a lot of opportunities.
Not quite a lot, in fact, that I could apply. Because,
Okay.
you know, there were very skill-driven jobs there, more IT related. And I don't know if you're familiar with Black Hat, but back
Okay.
at the old days of Google, it was just really spinning articles and
Okay.
having those keywords in those articles.
Okay.
You could rank the website,
Oh.
put ads in there, and that website could earn.
It's like an SEO type.
SEO kind of business,
Okay,
where they're now earning from the ads. That's my first job, and you know, I got my first dollar, so it was a proof of concept
Okay.
that someone could actually pay me directly from the US.
Okay.
I haven't even met the employer. So at that time, that was a very new concept for me.
Yeah, I will agree on you. 2010, that was the time when countries just been recognizing the BPO sector. It's already a boom that time. As part of the GDP of the Philippines, BPO became a big contributor.
Or, yeah.
You're very used in the corporate setup, and then suddenly you had to work an online freelance format. I mean, if you
yes,
can
for
still
sure.
remember the step-by-step process that you did.
Okay.
From I don't know. Did you reconstruct your resume first?
It was out of desperation in a sense because when I quit my job, I kind of got into like, I want to have a computer.
Okay.
We're not coming from a wealthy family just to be, my dad was an OFW and,
Yeah.
you know, he stopped because he had major heart surgery.
Yeah.
There was technically, you know, I'm the eldest, so I didn't have any.
You're the bread.
Yeah, somehow, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm on the pedestal that you should be, you know, at least be providing for the family,
Okay.
right? Your dad is no longer working. At that time, I don't have a computer and I want to play Dota.
Yeah.
The conversation was, oh, if only you can earn money from that computer because
Yeah.
I was playing.
Yeah.
But yeah, even our internet at the time was just dial-up.
Yeah.
I think, if I could
Yeah.
remember correctly. It was more of like, how can I, with this investment that, you know,
Yeah.
the hard-earned money that they put
How
into
can you
this,
make it in a regular
how
source
can,
of
yeah, how
income?
can we find at first it was just really finding jobs.
Okay,
really.
okay.
I was just lucky to stumble upon that if there's a money online
Yeah.
that I could stay there. I just search it and
Yeah.
I stumbled upon online jobs. I just want to give it a shot. It was
Yeah.
really experimental. The first time I was even doubtful if this could be a career, right?
Yes.
So it was really just an experimentation. And that was the motivation of it. Just
Okay.
earning that first dollar and not peso, right?
Yeah. Let's face it, a lot of Filipinos, they have the same situation as you. Let's say I'm an individual who's really in the corporate scene. Let's say I'm a family person and I want to give more time with my family. At the same time, I also need to work. That's the messaging that we're trying to say here. I mean, in today's world, there are a lot of opportunities. If you want a global opportunity, basically you go to the internet. I mean,
Yeah.
you go to different communities. You'll find that there are a lot of opportunities out there. There are a lot of job opportunities out
Yes.
there. Just like what we have in Touch. And by the way, we have an upcoming event. This April 27, we're in. We will be highlighting different speakers. People like Luis Benaventura, head of Gcash Crypto. Mirna. She's known in the TikTok world as Mami Negosyo. What I'm saying is that let's say if you go to, let's say in our platform, you will see that there are a lot of job opportunities
Yes.
there. And here's the good thing. So you want to work from home, we have that opportunity. So you want to work in the office, but you want to have, let's say, a flexible time, or you want to work in a global setup, but you want to be in the Philippines. We have those kind of opportunities. So that's the advantage right now in today's world. With your case kasi, Dave, there were a lot of disadvantages, but despite those disadvantages, you were able to adapt. You have built your own business. Are you also still doing some VA jobs?
Yeah, in a sense, but I really focus on my business now.
Okay.
Like everything VA related, I just put it under my team.
Is that an agency?
It's exactly an agency.
Somehow you can say you really have to start from scratch.
Yes.
And then from there, you're able to build those experiences, and look at you now. You have your own agency. You're employing people. Hey,
Yeah.
you need a VA job. I have a people for that.
Yeah, but I'd like to point out, Floyd, that actually I have this one client who believed in me. I ended up with this certain client that is with me still for
Okay.
like 7 years already or more, right? I had a low self-esteem before, I don't really believe in what my
Yeah.
capacity. I'm just happy to earn this amount of money and, to enjoy life in a sense, right? To a point, right?
Yeah.
But there was this client that who hired me as his assistant, so I now do a VA task
Yeah.
then. So it's more of like whatever his emails, I clean it up, declutter, his schedules. He was asking me, "What's your talent? What's your skill?" Right?
Yeah.
And I thought I like music. I played in the band before, and I doubled around with
Yeah.
audio production. They asked me like, what can I do that would be a right fit for them, that would also increase my income in a sense, right? And it was that unique ability, I would say, that I can do editing, and why not do our podcast? So that's actually what got me into podcast. The niche was something that I love to do. I
Okay.
love to learn through the podcast as well.
Yeah.
In fact, I learn a lot from podcasting.
Correct.
And I don't know if you've listened to like this one, right?
Yeah.
You listen to it and you learn from it. It actually changed my life at that time. I found a way to earn and be paid doing exactly that.
Wow.
So I could remember I was like earning this, a certain really low figure. Then
Yeah.
it doubled and, double, tripled and all that.
Now
And
it's 6 or 7 figures per month.
6 figures for that one client.
Okay,
Come on,
okay,
no.
okay.
And honestly, my job now is really easy, and
Yeah.
I'm a tenured part of the company. I'm still with them as in a sense of VA and admin. For me, it was just the stability. I
Yeah.
love to stick on with a task, and at the same time, I was able to start something on the side.
Yeah.
So it's a really win-win for me. I mean, in a sense, I'm still an employee,
Yeah,
right? for that
Yeah.
for that one client.
In one aspect, yes. But the good thing is that you were able to build that credibility of yours. And then from there, you're able to build relationship from your clients, because
Yes.
from proving yourself that, hey, I can do this task perfectly.
And I love it, yeah.
Yeah, and you love it. And that's how you were able to build that great relationship with your client. I mean, that's what I've been learning from you right now. I always say this to people. When someone believes in what you do, take that opportunity. No matter how you think of yourself, but that person believes in what you
Yeah.
do, you take that opportunity, because it's very rare that there's type of people who will continue to uplift you
Yes,
despite
yes.
all of your shortcomings.
Exactly.
I mean, that's also part of the concept of the show. Where, other than we uplift you in terms of career, we also want to motivate you guys. And I mean, let's talk more about podcasting.
Okay.
So you made the transition from the BPO sector to the VA freelance remote worker.
Right.
And then now you're doing some podcasting. How are you able to earn the first few bucks from it?
Okay. Sige.
Can you tell us some maybe tips?
Yeah. So I got into the podcast world as an editor technically, right? So I edit their show for that one client, and they grew. That show is really big now. It's one of the highest in real estate podcasts in the US. So eventually, like one other show asked for me to do it, and then it
And you're also making money from that.
from
show.
that show, yes,
Okay.
and then another one, and it was
Okay.
like it went to 5, and I couldn't handle it
Wow.
anymore.
Okay.
So I hired that's the first time I hired like an assistant to just delegate some
Wow.
tasks. From there, now I handle over 100 shows with my team, right?
Wow.
All across the globe, and some of them are like come and go, but
Alam mo, Dave, you're very humble, pero basically you're doing great in the podcasting scene. That's what you've been saying. 100 shows. I mean, I'm glad that I'm hearing this kind of things from you, because hey, podcasting is somehow like untouched territory still in the Philippines. It's starting na pala to grow, and you're one of those that can testify that hey, podcasting is really a thing now here in the Philippines. So you can make a career out of it as well.
Yeah. So I was in the editing side, but now I also started to, of course, I don't want to be a faker, right?
Yeah.
Where I don't have my own podcast. I also want to learn in a
Okay.
sense, like because if you do a podcast, you can. It's like a key where you
Okay.
can tap people and hey, can I interview you?
Yeah.
In fact, we've interviewed like big companies here in Cebu, like the owner of Alan Souvenirs,
Yeah.
and the famous food brands here in the Cebu as well, like Thirsty and all those companies. We were able to interview them, and interestingly, like when you touch when you connect with these people, you hang out with these people, listening to these people, I then apply it here or just be inspired to do it here. And eventually it really became what I call now a business, right? So that's really the beauty of it. Even if you're starting a podcast, technically here in Cebu or in the Philippines, it will be hard. But for me, what we did with our own podcast, which is the Big Picture, we, instead of like just waiting for ads to come in or followers to come in, it's better to just build that. That's the core of the podcast. So now we get the money, we're still starting it anyway, but we're doing trainings to fund the podcast in a sense. Because it does take time, and I also have my team to edit the show for free. But
don't be afraid to take that opportunity in front of you. Ask people around you if someone will be aligned with your vision as well. And then from there, you can make a career out of it. Slowly, you establish yourself eventually, just like what happened to you. So what else? What are the things, other things that you do?
So right now, it's really keeping and listening to these podcasts, like the client that I still have now. It's all about investing. It's in real estate. So I started to invest in real estate now. So I have.
So you walk the talk. Huh?
Yeah, we walk the talk, but eventually, like you put this information in your head over and over again. It becomes like it's the norm, or it should be. We can do it, right? Something like that. I just did it, and I now started to invest in like an apartment, then an Airbnb condo. Now I am in the process of getting this huge portion of land here in Cebu. It's in the mountainous area, but we're planning to build something like a eco resort or whatever, right? So that's the plan. That's one thing that I'm doing now. With my wife, I actually hired her, but we clash with each other, and that's really not her passion. So she loves cooking. She loves, she wants to have a cafe. So we set aside some money and invested in a cafe. So that's what she does now.
You have a cafe now.
Yes.
It's not impossible for you to create a career out of remote working. As long as you are confident in yourself that you want to be successful in the career that you have chosen. As we were about to end our episode for today, maybe some tips or some message to our viewers.
It's really giving and showing out what you can do, right? And in order for you to get to the door, I always call it like get inside the door, right? So I would say if you are still zero experience, find a way that you can get inside the door, like a job. And despite if I'm not saying work for free, but if you can work at least at the minimum just to get that job. If you really find it hard to get a job, just do it and give it all you got. You'll learn in the process, and eventually, you will gain confidence from that. Then you can build on the next one, or either really show your value to that client. Though I've been doing this, and are you happy with this? It's time for me to have a raise, right, or something like that. In fact, if you're looking for a job, go.
You can try to apply in any of our positions in Tache.
I mean,
you're free to apply.
You can earn a lot and experiment in a sense, right? Of course, you're gonna hire someone with experience. But if you don't have any experience, you can start with small, and that's okay. Don't believe all those. You need that certain amount of money. Take baby steps, but eventually it will grow. And that's where the money will come.
You don't go after the money first. You build your credibility first. You build your confidence
your
first.
Skills.
Your skills in the whatever career that you have chosen. And then, as what you said, take baby steps. Once you were able to understand the full spectrum, the full business itself, from there you can confidently say, hey, this is what I've learned. This is what I am right now. I can look for the next client. I can ask for a raise, double my salary, whatever.
Or ask for more tasks.
More
jobs, right? So
and then that's how you will build yourself in the career that you have chosen.
For me, I believe that like staying long term with a client it's really good for me. I'd rather have that rather than just changing clients, right? So that's why I stuck with the podcast, because if a client comes to us, they could last for at least 3 years or 4 years. We had some with 5 years. In fact, the first, that one client's still with us. So for 8 to 10 years now already. So it's crazy, because if you can find a way where you can really provide value long term, I would say that's it. You, as they grow, you can grow as well.
They should not compare whatever they are right now from the people around them, from their friends, from their colleagues, whatever achievements they have. your achievements will be different from theirs.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you create your own story. They have created their own story, so that's how it works.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
100% agree with you on that. Yes.
Thank you so much for being
course.
part of the Gen Z show. So, how can they get in touch with you?
Sure. So we have a podcast called The Big Picture Philippines. So we do speak dialect now, Cebuanos
Okay.
or Bisaya in a sense, right?
So, Big Picture is based in Cebu.
That's based in Cebu. We made that transition when we restarted it. That let's just focus on this market and
For now.
For now, yes, for now. But
Maybe for Manila, you need someone like me. I don't know.
maybe if you ever visit Cebu, visit my wife's cafe. It's
Yeah.
called Ti Amo Cafe.
Oh, well, I love gourmet coffee. I love local coffees.
And if you want to start podcasting or want to learn more about it, just reach me at podcastengineers.com or on Facebook. So
All right.
just search me. Dave
That-
Bisaya. My last name is very unique. So
Yes. He's from Cebu. He's
Bisaya din.
Yeah. Again, thank you so much to our viewers for watching us here in the Gen Z show. So we'll see you again in our next episode in the Gen Z show. We hope that you learned something today. Thank you so much. Have a nice day to all of you. God bless all of you.